Episode number 145. Oh man, a little bit of housekeeping. If you're a part of the replay gang, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't understand why this guy had to park on my bumper. I don't know why. Why did you have to do that? All this space behind me, you had to park on my bumper. Episode 145. You can't hear it in my voice. Don't even really feel like streaming today. Today is a deload day. This is a deload week. So it's supposed to be super easy. And to a large degree, it has been. As far as like the work is concerned. Tuesday, I basically did half of what I would normally do, half the weight, half the reps. So it's considered, pretty easy. For whatever reason, I just did not want to get up today. I think I hit the snooze button, I think 4 times. Today definitely was not a banner day, but I did it anyway, and I don't even know how or why. I had every reason to skip today. I had every rationale that I could have used. It is a deload week, so it's not like missing today would have really cost me any muscle building or anything like that. But I found a reason to show up. I'm just not sure what that reason was. 225 on the leg press today, 2 sets of 6. I think I did 3 sets of 6 on the leg curl at like, it was like 90 pounds. I did everything pretty much, half or a little bit more than half. Did the leg extension at like 90 pounds or 95 pounds, something like that. The work was easy. Getting up in the morning and rationalizing showing up, that was the difficult part for today. And I know I'm going to get some kind of benefit from it down the line, probably when it's like 6 degrees outside and I just want to stay in the bed in the wintertime, sometime this January or whatever. But, I showed up today. Hey, car guy, how you doing? But just not feeling it today. After I did the leg stuff today, I did 2 sets of dumbbell chest press. And I did 2 sets of the incline dumbbell, both at 55 pounds. And then, like, wait, did I do 2 sets? No, I did three each. I did 3 sets of 6 at 55 pounds on the dumbbell presses, both flat and incline. And then I did 3 sets of 6 at 60 pounds on the chest fly machine. And I walked out of there, and I mean, I'm glad that I did it, but I'm just not understanding like how, not understanding how I was able to show up today. I think some of it has to do with the fact that I know that I have this streak of showing up to these live streams that people like the car guy have come to expect. And, I'm committed to doing these streams. I'm committed to making sure that I show up to the gym, this particular gym, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm happy I showed up. But, I envision this week to be one of those weeks where I would be like really excited because today is supposed to be an easy day. But I guess today is just one of those days where, but I tell my clients all the time, you're not going to have it every time out. You're not going to be enthusiastic, or maybe you might be enthusiastic, but you may not feel physically strong or mentally strong that day. You can go in there, regretting getting there, and then have like a great day. Hey, Leah, how you doing? You can go into a day, not really having a good time of it, right? And and then it can just get better. You know? And so I want to encourage you guys, even when it doesn't feel convenient or sometimes you just don't feel like it, I think you should show up. Show up anyway. Maybe something good will happen. I thought about maybe, I just can't have this thought come to my head that, you don't want to show up, you show up anyway, you meet somebody new, or you're able to help somebody. And if you didn't show up, that wouldn't have been possible. So, yeah, I just didn't have it today. My battery might be a little bit low today because I did drive a lot yesterday. I drove up to a town in upstate New York, and I met a friend up there and hadn't seen him in, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years. And, the fact that we're both not the most outgoing people in the world, um, that definitely came up in conversation. It's a very interesting conversation around, his perception of himself and his place in the world. And I feel bad for some of my friends, and I felt like I had a chance to understand him better today than in the few years that we worked together. I worked as his trainer in 2010s. I really do feel like I got a much fuller picture of who he is as a human being. And I felt bad. We touched on some subjects that had to do with race, talking about the fact that Kamala Harris isn't black. She has some Caribbean heritage. She's South Asian. And the reason why people are making that distinction is because she is trying to pimp and pander to black people and trying to make it as if she's black. Biden did it with the whole, if you don't vote for me, you're not black, half joking. Hillary Clinton did it with the whole, I keep hot sauce in my bag, so I'm honorary black. And Kamala Harris is, for the most part, um, participating in the same type of race pandering. And when I mentioned these things, he started prefacing everything that he said about it. He's like, one of the things he said was pretty heartbreaking. And he said, your opinion is more valid than mine. Like, what the hell is that? What are you talking about? Your opinion is like you live on this earth the same as the rest of us. You can observe what you can observe, and it doesn't mean that because you're white, like my opinion matters more than yours. What the hell is that? Like we've gotten so far off the charted course in society. Like this is one of the more intelligent people, one of the most accomplished human beings I know. And he's like, well, if you're not a woman, you can't possibly know. And, if you're not black, you can't possibly know. And it's like, how about we have honest conversations? And if there is a misconception about something, then trust that your friends that care about you are going to have honest communication with you and to give you a different perspective. And their perspective may not even be the right perspective. You might have the right perspective, but in certain circles, your perspective may not be, weighed the same because of various factors. And some of those factors can be somewhat valid. But to say that somebody else's perspective or opinion is worth more or more valuable or whatever the fuck he said, I was just like, ugh. I just felt bad. I, I, I just felt bad. And I can understand, why he takes such a deferential view. But to live in the shadow of all of these people that say that, you can't possibly have any problems because you're a straight white man. It's like, Most straight white men have all the problems everybody else has, the vast majority. And I think that we make the we make a huge mistake in our society by looking at the 0.00001% of white men that are in power, and then we just bash all the rest of the white men in the head with it. That's just stupid, you know? And then you end up losing out on good ideas because people are afraid to give their perspective. You know, some of the most intelligent people I know are even afraid to talk to me of all people, about these subjects. You lose out on their problem solving abilities. You know, the people that I work with can afford personal training. So they're doing something right. Okay? And a lot of them try, you know, they refrain or they take the standard liberalized view. And it's like, no, what do you really think? What's your perspective? Because maybe I can get out of my, you know, black people are victimized mindset a little bit easier if I got the perspective of people that say, hey, these things are happening, those things did happen. Let's also turn our attention to these other things that also are true to get a fuller perspective, you know? And when he went to go touch on like these women's rights stuff, the first thing I said to him is, when have men ever had reproductive rights? Ever. When have men ever had reproductive rights? The answer is never. And then, you know, when you start really getting into it, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, for what for every head side of the coin, there's a tail side of the coin. It doesn't mean that women shouldn't have reproductive rights. It's that we need to frame these discussions more rooted in reality, because it's not nearly as one-sided as some people will try to have you believe. So I felt really bad talking to him, and really getting that perspective that he believes that he needs to shut up because he's white and straight. That's, I mean, if we're talking about real equality, then that means everybody should shut the fuck up. Nobody should give their opinions on anything. And we know that that's not right. He's one of the nicest people I know. And what I'm starting to see is nice to a fault starts to become valid. This is, like I said, one of the nicest, one of the more intelligent people I know. And it's just really unfortunate to me that we have this in our society where we've overcorrected. We definitely have overcorrected, and we're not getting the outcomes in society that we need. We don't need white people to stop talking. We needed white people to listen and try to understand, not stop talking. Nobody should stop talking. It just needed to be known that white people's voices are valid, but also other people's voices are valid. It doesn't mean that, to be a good white person, you need to shut up. That's just, I don't know, man. It just kind of made me feel shitty on his behalf. Yeah, it just made me feel shitty on his behalf. You know, there are a lot of good people out there suffering in silence. I don't think it's particularly fair. But anyway, um, I don't know, I just had some thoughts today. Guys, show up even when you don't want to. It'll be to your benefit. Just show up. And when you get there, take it move by move. Just show up. You know, if you're doing the right thing, if you just show up, you will get some benefit. It may not be immediate, but the benefit will be there. Anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you for watching. I'm tired. I'm going to go back to sleep. But I was strong enough to show up to the gym today, and so that makes me strong. And if you believe you're strong, I believe you're strong. I guess I'll see you on Saturday.